All right, today the time has come to start putting decals on. I have to decide between the red stripe and the blue stripe. I'm not sure yet. I have a nice layer of clear on the airplane, and here is the guide for putting the decals on. There's two sides to this. This gives you a different variety of stripes. Here's a variation of the zero with white stripes around the fuselage and the tail. This one has a white stripe with bordered by red and nothing on the tail. This one has the blue stripes on the tail and fuselage. This has the red. This has one stripe of red on the fuselage. This one is two blue on the fuselage, one stripe on the tail. And then this one on this side is one red stripe on the fuselage, two yellow stripes on the tail. It's nice and simple looking. I think I'll do that one. I don't want to mess with these stripes too much. I always have trouble with them. So here we go. Decals are coming along fine so far. I've got the neat pawls on the top portion of the wing and on the fuselage side and the red stripe, and on this left side of the tail I have the markings for the group numbers, I guess they'd be called. I'm not sure. So as I said, they are going on just fine. I haven't had any problems with them. I still have the tail here to do, and let's see what else. I'm not sure if there's any other. I think that's it. I'm looking at the pictures here. As you can see, this is what I'm going by. The bottom half is going to have a couple of the rising sun markings on the bottom of the wings. The landing gear doors have some stripes and a number on them. And there are some stencils underneath there. A few more underneath the wing. Let's see if there's any on the top. Come on, camera, focus. You can do it. Yeah, there's a few stencils that go on the top, it looks like. Looks like there's supposed to be a red border around this area where the flaps are located. Flaps being underneath this, but that's what it shows. Alright, so here we are. I think I've got all the decals on that go on the upper surfaces and on the sides of the fuselage and such. There's a few stencils here and there, not much. I've just put a second coat of Microsol on. Is it Microsol I use? Yeah, Microsol. And it's starting to do its magic. As for what's left to do in this model, well, I have the the decals to put on the underside. I have the propeller to put on. The entire canopy assembly needs to go on. What else? What else? I think that might be it. No, there's a couple of small landing gear doors that go on the very underside that I've yet to put on. Okay. The time has come now to work on the canopy, the windscreen and the canopy, and it needs to be masked off so that it can be painted properly. The kit provides you with this. It says it is a masking seal. Well, it's a lot different from other masking masks that I've gotten for other models, in that you can see the different areas that need to cover the windscreen and stuff and the canopy. However, it is not pre-cut. So I have to take my X-Acto knife and cut these things out, which I'm not very good at doing. So I'm going to give it a go now, and we're going to see how well I can do this. Yeah, I hope I can cut these out accurately. There are a lot of curves in some of these panels that I'm going to have to somehow cleanly cut with an X-Acto knife. Yeah, my shaky old man hands are up for a challenge right now, are they? We'll see. Anyway, that's what I have to do next so that I can proceed and get the canopy done. Once I get the canopy done, excuse me. Once the canopy is completed, I can add the finishing pieces onto this model, the propeller, the radio aerial antenna, and I have a couple of bombs that are going to go into the wings. So today my goal is to get the canopy set up, painted, masked off and painted. So there we go. So far, so good. I've put on 5 pieces onto the canopy of this masking seal, and it's coming out okay. It's kind of tedious for me to be doing this, but there we are. Most of the time I hand paint canopy frames, but since this kit came with these masks, I decided to use them. So I'm going to continue on, and hopefully by the end of today I'll have these masks all applied and the canopy and the windscreen will be painted and ready to go. Alright, the masking for all the clear parts is done. Didn't come out perfect, but hardly ever does when I use masks like this on canopy clear parts. But I'm pretty sure it'll come out fine. Now I have to mask off the inside of these parts before I use the airbrush on this to spray the color on. Now in the instructions, they tell you to put a coat of black down first and then the finished color. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly why you would want to do that. But anyhow, this is ready for painting. Alright, so I have this belly drop tank thing here That needs to be put together and installed on the belly of the airplane. And there's 3 parts to it. So I will move that out of the way. And we'll get these pieces. Let's get this out of the way a little bit more. There we go. Well, all that's left to do now is put the canopy on and the pitot tube. Maybe a little touch-up painting here and there, but this zero is just about totally done. Alright, so here are the 2 pilot figures that they include with the kit. I have them all painted up. One is the sitting pilot figure. The other is a standing pilot figure. The detail is pretty good. I just used some basic colors on them. One thing I noticed about these 2 pilot figures is one seems to be bigger than the other. Both of them are supposed to be 1/32 scale. They seem like they're out of scale to each other. The pilot figure that is the standing one, he seems bigger than the pilot that is sitting down. That's just what it looks like to me. Also, their faces are not, I don't know, the faces don't look all that Japanese to me. They almost look, especially the one that's sitting down, it kind of looks like has an English face. Anyway, there they are. I don't know if I'm going to put this pilot seat in or not. I might, this pilot figure in the seat, I mean. He fits in okay. I tested him, and he fits in there just fine. Let's see, I'll put the airplane over here. He goes down in there. Seems like he fits okay. It's a really tight fit. I'm not so sure that he is fully seated down into this seat, though. Seems like he's raised up too high. Not sure why, but it just looks that way to me. I don't think the canopy is going to fit over him. I don't want to bust a bunch of stuff off down in there trying to get them to fit right. So I'm probably not going to use them. I'll hold on to them though, and we'll see. So the place where I'm at right now with this airplane is the canopies are all masked off and ready for painting. There are a couple of little pieces here and there I have to put on. The pitot tube on the wing, I have to put that on. The small doors that are on the underside for the landing gear, there's a couple small doors I still have to put on. And then there's these aileron weights, if that's what they're called, these counterbalance weights or whatever they are, they have to go on. But those are small little parts, and those are nothing. I mean, I can put those on just a couple minutes or so. So the main thing right now is the canopy, and as I said, I'm ready to paint that. I just got to get out my airbrush and do that. And so the Japanese Zero is done. Came out okay. I didn't use a lot of the gimmicks that came with this kit, such as the ailerons and flaps and rudder and horizontal stabilizers and all that stuff. All came with photo etch parts that were supposed to be like hinges and allow you to make them all movable. It I didn't use it. It just seemed too gimmicky and really looked like it wasn't going to work that well. So I just put them in place. Same with the landing gear. It was came with photo etch parts and actually springs that you inserted into plastic housings that were supposed to allow these landing gear to retract and then come back down again. And they do retract, but they don't retract very well. They don't go all the way back into the wheel wells in any kind of a smooth way. So, yeah. Other than that, this was a really good kit. Highly recommend it. Typical Tamiya quality as far as the actual plastic goes. Everything fit together really well. Had plenty of detail. Came with this little plastic stand that I have it on right now. So I can just turn it around like this easily. The decals were good. They didn't lay down as good as some other decals I've used in the past, but they still laid down pretty good. I built the canopy so that it is, I can make it closed if I want, or I can have it open. I like the way it looks with it open like this. So anyway, there it is. As I said, I recommend this model kit. Maybe someone else can make the retractable landing gear work better. I don't know. I sure couldn't make it work all that well. The thing is, I didn't even expect it. When I bought this kit and it was delivered to my door and I opened it up, I was a little surprised because it had all this stuff in it that had to do with you know, movable parts and such. Anyway, enough of that. I'm beating a dead horse. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.